Good morning. Thank you for having me today. And in this episode, I want to talk about taking the leap of faith. Something that I've been trying to do for so long, but it's hard. It's hard because I keep holding on to certain things that are no longer in my control. Certain things that are already out of reach, but I keep holding on to it, you know? And I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm scared of putting myself out there again. And putting myself out in the world to be vulnerable once again. Because I did that and I failed. I fell miserably. Miserable. And I don't know for you or anyone who's listening to this, but for me right now, probably this is the hardest part, to get yourself up and go do the things that would move the needle in your life when everything it's just a shitbag disaster, It's like what am I really shooting for, working towards when there's nothing to look forward to, or life is just suck in general, It's like, what's the point of trying? So that's what I did. I gave up on myself again. And I just let life take the wheel. And then I keep on asking myself, why do I keep on winding back here again? Well, you already know the answer. Stop asking that damn question. And that's what's hard, taking the leap, making the changes, breaking yourself out of the bad habits, and stop the cycle. That's the hard part. It's like getting yourself to the gym and stay consistent. Getting yourself to cook and stay consistent. Getting yourself to do the thing that you know that you needed to do is hard. And then yesterday I talked to my sister, and she just got back from a wedding. And she asked me this question that I haven't heard in a while. Those question about my career. She asked, so are you gonna use your degree? Are you still looking for a job? And this is the first time I tell her. I tell her in this way. I say no. I'm not interested in that anymore. And I could see the disappointment in her face. Because all of the kids, my nieces and nephews, they look up to me. And I'm the first person in the entire family to get to go to college, to get a degrees. And I even got a master's degrees. And now I'm sitting here fucking scrubbing people's feet. And it's something. But I told her no, I'm not taking that route anymore. I was in it just for the money. And I realized that too late. That I keep on telling myself, once I get into the workforce, once I get into the real world, doing the real things, then maybe I'll like it. But it was the same, It was just coding just coding. Sitting behind a computer, doing all of this shit for these companies that I don't even give a damn about. And am I really making an impact? And then I compare myself to here. I'm doing people's nail, but I make them happy. I make an impact on their life. I know it sounds so silly and stupid, but I think it's just the right thing to do for me personally, and I like it. Not something I'll do for the rest of my life, but if I have to compare being a software engineer or nail tech. I'll choose nail techs any day. But I know my sister has a point. She doesn't want the kids or anyone to have to do this kind of job because it's laboring and it's just a shit job, a job that people look down to. Like when you meet somebody and people ask and you tell them what you're doing for a living, and then they're here and then they'll be like, oh shit, this moron is it's a lower class or lower status than most people. Maybe that's why I'm still single. I don't know, but it's hard. It's kind of hard, to find. Or maybe it's just I'm not putting myself out there enough. I'm not sure, but it just the amount of rejection. It's just kind of discouraging, and I don't know. Even when that girl that I thought, would actually take a chance on me, that girl that seems so down to earth, that girl from Montana, yeah, even her, it's hurt, but you learn from it. You learn to get yourself back up and try again. And it's hard, but I'm still living and I can't complain. It's like sometimes that certain things you do can have a big impact on your lives. And it just, I'm afraid to do it again, to try again, because it hurt when you get that rejection and you're putting yourself out there and you try your best, but it just maybe you're not enough. I don't know. I don't really know. And then now nothing seemed to go right, but I'm not, just trying to be here and then trying to vent and act like I am, being a little bitch because life's hard, and I'm sure everybody else is going through hardship and hard times, so no one's having an easy life, and I just want to put it out there so I could feel a little lighter, because it's hard to feel yourself when everything is just shit, nothing goes your way, and it feels like you don't have anything to hold on to. It's hard to face that inner voice inside your head when everything is just completely dog shit and you don't know where to go in life, what to do with your life. And it's fucking suck. Suck dick, you know? But I think that's what makes life so beautiful. Because we have all of these shit that we have to deal with. And we become stronger once we overcome them. But this is the hard part. The part that nobody talk about. The lonely chapter. Even when you're surrounded by so many people, sometimes you still feel so lonely and alone. And certain things in life, you have to go through it alone. And that's when you become stronger. And I could tell that, my skin gotten a little thicker than the version of me last year, for sure. But still suck. Still feels like I want to dig a hole and just shove myself in there. Shove my head in there and just hide. Because I'm afraid. I'm scared. Posting episode like this onto the internet and so people could see your vulnerable sides of you is scary. But part of me, really enjoying it. I enjoy sitting here talking to myself like a lunatic. But it's relieving, because I'm hearing myself talking. And it's like, you are your biggest fan. You are the only person that you have to live with all your life. So, are you gonna make choices that would give yourself the best life you could, or you're gonna throw onto the past and holding on to fears and rejections and just holding yourself back from taking the chances, taking the leaps? It's like at the end of the day, I am the one who get to make the choices, the decisions. And yet, I'm still here, stuck, repeating the same bad behaviors and habits. And it's so hard to get out of it. It's hard. It's hard when you get out of work and reality hits you in the face and you just realize that you're just a piece of shit. And it's just hard to take a chance on yourself when everything is just, when you don't have any result to show for, nothing to show for, and it's hard. It's hard to do what needs to be done. But I'm trying. I'm trying every day, and maybe acknowledging it now, and maybe take a little step forward every day is good enough. As long as you know that you're trying, as long as you know that you haven't given up yet. Because I'm at the gym right now, or I haven't gotten in there yet. So yeah, showing up and making small changes every day, and one day you'll get there. One day. You just gotta keep on showing up. And I heard this saying from Rob Dial, the Mentor podcast. He said, if someone put a gun on your family's head, like they say, if you don't make $1 million this year, I'm gonna shoot all of them. Would you be able to make $1 million this year? Would you wake up every single day and press the snooze button? Would you wake up every single day and slip in? Would you go home every single day and wasting times on bullshit foods, Netflix, alcohols? Would you wasting time on just non-productive things, strolling on TikTok, social medias, or whatever it is that not getting you to where you want to be? Really think about that. Like, if you really have to make $1 million this year, or else everyone that you love is gonna die. Think about it. Would you still be slipping in and pressing the snooze button in the morning? Would you? Maybe that's the question I really need to ask myself today. Do I want it bad enough? That's the question. Maybe. Now I really think about it. If this year I have to make $1 million or those people die, imagine how that feels. Yeah. I don't think I'll still be slipping in and pressing the snooze button or wasting my times. Right? Yeah. But it's hard. Yeah, nobody say it was easy. But I think that's what make it worth it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.